The studio smells like weed right now. I smell it. I think it's this bag you brought in, sir. It has a very interesting aroma. That's what I'll say. And then he came with all kinds of gifts. We're going to talk about this in a second. I got a email from a buddy of mine who was like, "You gotta get this guy in." And then he was on Sway earlier, so I feel honored that you came in after going to the great Sway in the morning show. Let me welcome to our show, co-owner of Blunts and More and Proud Papa's Clothing, the one and only Alphonso Tucky Blunt. Welcome.
Thank you for having me.
You're welcome. You're very mellow. Is that for a reason?
I'm high.
Oh, are you high right this minute?
Yes.
Okay. Thanks for being honest. I didn't know. I wasn't sure. I know that I smell some things, but I wasn't sure.
High.
No, he's high. No, don't do that. Your last name is actually born name is Blunt.
Yes, ma'am.
How'd that happen?
My daddy.
Your daddy? So he kind of had a premonition that this was gonna be okay. Oakland, that's the Sway connection. You're from Oakland.
Born and raised.
Born and raised in Oakland. How did you get into the cannabis business?
Been in the cannabis business since I was 16.
What does that mean?
I've been selling weed on the street since I was 16.
Okay, so you weren't in the cannabis business. You were in the legal weed selling business since you were 16.
Well, to me, I was in the business.
Okay.
That's how I create. That's how
16. What's your entree? How'd you get in?
I worked, and everybody I worked with, all my friends, including me, smoked weed, but nobody really had a reliable source to get it from. And I became that source.
Okay. It was a hookup?
No, one of my OGs had weed. I would get it from him, and then it was on from there. You only could deal with me if I wanted to deal with you. You had to know somebody to know me type thing. Okay. I wasn't just like on the corner.
Right. Did you get caught?
I ended up getting snitched on.
Snitched on?
Yeah, I got told on in 2004. Because I changed the way I did my normal habits. I actually went to the turf and was on the turf. And one of the people I was buying from snitched on me. I didn't go to jail. I bailed out the same night, but I caught a 10-year felony probation and a 4-way search clause for that case.
What does that look like?
That looks like if a cop wants to pull me over, they can search me, everybody in my car, the trunk, everything. Full.
So being on probation for 10 years leaves you vulnerable to just no rights.
Correct. Felony probation at that.
Wow.
Mm-hmm.
Was that a plea bargain?
Yeah, that was back then in that era in Oakland. That was the mandatory minimum, was the 4-way search clause and a minimum of 5 to 10 years for the felonies. And they wanted to give you felonies. I since then got it all sealed, removed, expunged, no longer a felon, all of that stuff. But yeah, that was the goal back then, to give as many people those type of sentences as possible.
So how did you evolve into where you are now as the co-owner of Blunts and More? Moore.
Yes. So my partner's last name is Moore.
I got
that.
And
she's from Atlanta, Brittany. How it came about, it kind of as quick as I can make it is, I've always treated this as a business. I wanted to open a dispensary since I was 19. My grandmother took me to my first dispensary, running an errand for her. And when she came, when she came out, I always just take on her little errands. And when she came out, I was like, "What's that, Granny?" She's like, "That's weed." I'm like, "Wait, you bought weed out of a store?" She was like, "Yeah." I said, "Oh, I got to have one." And that was in 99. From that day forward, I worked in the dispensary.
Wait, Grandma had a medical marijuana card?
Yes, she did.
For glaucoma?
Yep. Yes. That is exactly what it was for.
Go ahead, Grandma, with the glaucoma.
So got her product. She's always smoked it, grown. It's been in my family forever. Both parents sold it, still smoke it currently. It's in the family. So I just kept doing my thing, worked at clubs, graduated from a school in Oakland called Oaksterdam, and just kept trying to be on the ownership path. But when I first tried to open my first one in 01, 02, I was told black people never own dispensaries. So I still kept trying, do what I could do.
What did that mean to you, though?
To me, that meant
Tucky Blunt.
That meant that we couldn't own dispensaries.
Why? What was the reason?
And that's the same thing I've always asked myself when people ask me. There was no reason. It was just that they didn't want us in the industry. They wanted to make the money off of us in the industry, but not have us be in a controlling.
I was talking yesterday about, the amount of liquor stores in our neighborhood and the amount of fast food restaurants. I wasn't talking about that yesterday, but I'm bringing that in on every corner. And most of them we don't own, but yet they keep us anesthetized and they keep us, putting our money and dollars into other people's community. And I always wonder why we just don't say no. That sounds corny, but if your money is not going back into the community, if it's not going to educate our kids and give our kids opportunities and jobs, why do we keep feeding other people?
Because for some reason, black people do that, and I don't understand it. And we can do so much more if we stick together, like the other races.
Come on. All right. So you do have a dispensary.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Tell me how you got that.
Oakland, California has a program that was authored by Desley Brooks called the Social Equity Program, where it gives people that caught cannabis cases in Oakland during certain time frames opportunities at ownership within the cannabis space, whether it be delivery, growing, manufacturing, etc., and dispensaries. January 2018, they had a lottery. You had to turn in applications, get through the approval process. We made it through. It was a lottery for 36. 36 of the applications made it through, and they had a lottery. We won the lottery.
Did you win the lottery, or did you have a way in? Look, I'm looking at you, Tucky Blunt, because there's nothing really fair around here. So you had a plan.
I believe that the lottery was the best way to do it, because what they did, they had you pick a bingo ball, throw it in the chamber, roll it around. If your ball got picked, you lost. If your ball was one of the 4 remaining balls in the chamber, you won a license. I put our ball in third, and we was one of the 4 remaining balls.
Okay.
So
I see.
Yeah, pretty cool.
Okay. What did you have to come to the table with any money?
No. So story with that was, at that time when I got the call about this, I was working for Tesla, and I was a detail trainer.
Wait, what?
Yeah. Oh, I'm a nerd.
Okay.
Yeah. So I was teaching people how to detail cars for Tesla, and got a call from a guy named Mike Marshall, who's the voice of the song I Got 5 on it.
Yes.
Okay. So him, homeboy of mine. There we go. He called me and he said, "Tucky, you ever caught a case in Oakland for weed?" I'm like, "Hello, how are you?" But yeah,
that's a weird
why?
Question, right?
He explained about the program, and he said he knew 2 sisters out of Atlanta who were in the weed business who needed the Oakland person to qualify to try to do the dispensary. Told me about them, and I asked him, like, well, what they need from me. I don't have no money. I'm like, I got kids. He's like, they just want to talk to you. They don't want no money. They come with the knowledge. All right, cool. Sat down with them. It was Brittany Moore, my partner, and her mom, Faye. Got right down to business. They told me about the program, what they were trying to do. We got together, did the application, turned it in, won the lottery. And we're the only, it was supposed to be 4 dispensaries open out of the program. We're the only one that's open.
What happened to the other 3? Do you know?
I don't know offhand, but I think it's just a lot of weed corruption going on.
Yes.
A lot of
go ahead. Listen, I'm for us being of sober mind. So I've never smoked a day in my life, never will. I don't drink. I think that, that's how the Indians got Native Americans, and I just need us to be aware of what's going on at all time, head on a swivel.
Understood.
That said, this business has been disproportionately impacting our community. The business of cannabis.
Yes.
And we haven't benefited from it at all.
Not at all.
And so I don't know too many with this dispensary. I know we had a couple of NBA players that are in it, that are doing different things. I know there's all this cannabis oils and rubs, and people are doing things in the medical space, which I'm looking at personally. I need people to understand the anatomy of how to run a business. Right? So you said since 16, you've been running a business.
Yes.
I need you to kind of give us a blueprint of what business looks like to you and why you were successful.
For me, I think I was successful just because I'm a praying person, and
So you bringing God into this, Tucky?
Well, I call him
Tucky
Yahweh.
Blunt?
But
Yahweh?
Yes,
okay.
Yes. But I just believe in treating people how they're supposed to be treated. Karma.
Customer service. Okay.
Always.
At the height of before you got snitched on, how much were you making a week?
Poo Poo might can answer that better than me, but
who's Poo Poo?
Oh, she's behind you.
Okay. Hey, Poo Poo.
We was cool. I'll put it like that. We didn't need for anything. We got 5 kids.
Okay. You got 5 kids, and y'all didn't want for anything.
We didn't need for nothing.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
But good business requires that you kind of should know your numbers, right?
Yeah, but I don't tell everybody my numbers.
Okay.
They was good numbers.
Good.
I didn't, you know what I mean? And I was never the type of person that wanted to be the man.
I got you. But you did know your numbers. You just aren't going to talk about them. Okay. All right. Now what do the numbers look like without you getting to, because now it's, even though it's not federally legal, because it's not, I believe that it will be.
It needs to be, but done the right way, though.
What does that mean?
done to where we're not getting screwed in the end. You know what I mean? They don't understand how the taxes is hurting us. Like, people come to my store, you got to pay 40% taxes. Just
40.
40, just
okay,
about.
so you buy, what is this? What is this?
Pre-roll.
Pre-roll. What's in here?
That's a sativa pre-roll, blunt some more pre-roll.
Okay.
It's a 1
Technically,
gram joint.
but not really. That's not what's really in here.
Okay.
Allegedly, that was what would be in here at your store.
Yes.
The container.
It's a container.
Yes.
It's an empty container.
It's an empty container.
Inside would be a pre-rolled
1 gram.
1 gram joint.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. And this would retail for
$13-14.
Okay. And 40% of those $13 goes to a federal government or to the state?
So the city and state get some, but the majority of that goes to them.
How is that possible when it's not legally federally and you can't put your money in a bank account because of it's not federal? See, there's a
This is America?
Oh, okay. Are you saying they do the rules, however?
You can't make rules for a business you've never done before. You know what I mean? So, that's what's going on. You got the blind leading the blind. You need more people like Beto. I'm not advocating for him nothing, but he came to the dispensary.
He came to your dispensary.
Came to the dispensary, had a round table at our shop. You have to be willing to come and talk to the people that's actually done it.
So people running for president need to have a seat.
Yeah.
To listen.
Yeah, because they're looking at it as a cash cow. And they see the tax. If we can make the money off the tax, we can make a lot of quick money. But they don't understand the game of hustle to where if you lower the taxes, my customers will buy more and we can sell more, which is then in turn give you more that you want anyway. But they don't have that mentality.
No, they're greedy.
Yeah. They want it all up front and then try to make it like, it's kind of been like a reverse war on drugs with the high taxes. And it's stupid. But you got to be willing to have the conversations.
What else can they get at your Blunts and More dispensary?
Everything we have. We have over 500 products, all high grade. We don't believe in a bottom shelf.
What's your source?
Everybody. Like, if you have a good product, it's came through this system right here, Brittany or Buyer Jazz. We pride ourselves on having the best products for the best prices, and we buy from everybody. We got people lining up to come in there to drop stuff off.
Okay. You ever have a bad experience?
As far as
smoking? Or however is smoking the best way for you?
For me, I smoke, I vape now. I love edibles. I love it.
I see he's smiling right now.
Yeah, I've been selling weed cookies since 2001. So yeah,
chocolate chip,
oatmeal raisin, banana nut bread, carrot cakes. I'm serious as a heart attack. I was a cookie man.
Okay.
But I've never really had a bad experience. I've burnt myself before, falling asleep with something because I was high, but cannabis has always treated me well.
Okay.
And it actually helps a lot. Like with pain and stuff, I can take a little tincture. I can rub cream on. I can do CBD where I don't have to be high.
But you like being high?
I don't mind it.
Okay. Tucky is here. Tucky Blunt. You can follow him at Blunt Tucky. I guess Tucky Blunt was not available.
So, Tucky Blunt 80 on Instagram, and then
what's
Blunt
the 80
Tucky on Twitter.
for?
I was born in 1980. Today's my birthday.
Oh, is it your birthday today? I wish I had something for you.
Oh, it's all right.
Tucky, I did not know. Why did someone tell me it was Tucky's birthday?
No big deal.
Happy birthday.
Yeah, I made 40 today. Thank you.
Okay. Wow. And it's a special birthday. And you're in New York. I feel really honored.
But I'm a hustler. This is about...
Come on, give Tucky some love, boy. What are you doing for your birthday? Your 40th birthday?
Yeah, we're going to go eat later. Got a couple of NBA connections out here, so been networking. I was just at the AACA earlier.
What is that?
My boy Chris, he sells the black college like sweaters. Like if you see Snoop wearing them, the different Hampton ones at the Malcolm X universities. He's down in Harlem. We just came from there. Okay. But chilling. We came to New York to work and chill.
All right. 866-801-8255. If anyone wants to open a dispensary in a legal state, Tucky's here. All right. First,
I can't answer all the questions.
I know, but you'll answer some of them.
Yes, I will.
And maybe it'll be lucid. Maybe it won't. I don't know. I don't know what we're going to get because he started his birthday celebration early. I can see it around his eyes. Look at him. Look, he's doing the crack laugh. That crack laugh. You know that crack laugh. All right. So tell me the hardest thing. So you guys opened the dispensary when?
November 24th, 2018.
Okay.
Just made a year.
And in this year, what have you learned?
I've learned that the legal cannabis game is just like the illegal cannabis game. Like, period. It's like it's a bunch of fake stuff going on. It's a lot of fake product coming out now that's trying to put a tarnish on the legal industry. But everything we get is tested. But I've just really learned that it's very similar. So it's allowed us to move how we move because we know both sides.
Right.
And that's another thing that I think people need to really understand. Not that you can't do what we doing if you've never sold tree before or worked in a legal cannabis space, but it helps. It really, really, really helps. So I've learned that it's really just like the streets.
What's your best seller at Blunts and More? Moore, and it's only. Can you do this online? Can people?
So you can order online through Weed Maps, and then you can pick it up in
Weed
store.
Maps.
Yes.
Okay.
Weed Maps is like a cannabis Google.
Okay.
And then you can pick it up in store.
But I can't order it if I don't. I can't order it across state line.
No.
You can't ship it to me.
No. Only thing I know that it can be shipped right now is CBD, and if you do that, make sure it's from a reputable source.
You guys sell CBD?
Yes, we do.
Okay.
Yes,
500 products.
Over 500.
Over
yes.
5. What's your best seller?
Honestly, right now, they're all pretty equal because everybody likes what they like. Me personally, I'm a flower person. I like to break down my weed and see it. But a lot of people like the convenience of a pre-roll or an oil or a gummy. A lot of people don't want to smell like it, but they want to get into the party now. You know what I mean? So
but gummies are, because the dosage I hear, it's...
California is mandated that it's only 100 milligrams total, and it has to be cut into squares or 10 pieces, so you can't overdose. But a tip,
because didn't a basketball player recently have a seizure on an airplane because he ate a whole bag of gummies on the plane or something?
Oh,
remember
man,
this?
I hope not.
Well, maybe it was allegedly. I heard what happened.
Unless these was too many gummies or some highly.
He had a seizure.
You gotta know how to dose yourself.
Okay.
CBD helps bring you down.
Okay.
If you get overly too high, that's a tip. Learned that from Chef Nikki.
Taking it as a tincture or
any way you can get it. Any way you can get CBD into your system if you're super duper overly high can bring you down. Better to, of course, ingest it to be faster. So.
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
Pitfalls to business, since you because it's it's so much going on here.
Pitfalls is being stagnant and not being willing to get up and come out here on your birthday and do an interview with Karen Hunter. That'll be a pitfall. You know what I mean? You got to be willing to work. We want Blunts and More branded everywhere. Everywhere they have illegal cannabis laws, they should have an ex-felon for cannabis sales with the store.
Is Oakland unique in that way? Because I haven't heard too many. Because usually, if you have a felony, you're not eligible at all, which to me is like really messed up.
Stupid.
Because if you've spent time for weed in jail, you should be on the front lines of getting the benefits and the opportunities, which is what makes Oakland so dope.
That's the program. LA is working on it, but they've done some shady stuff down there. It needs a lot. The equity program is an excellent program. It just needs education and funding.
How can we help our listeners if they're listening? Is there something they can do to challenge their state legislators?
Go to your counties and your state people and tell them, like, cannabis can help bring back communities. Like Oakland, where I'm from, we have no 5-star restaurants, no 5-star hotels. We just lost 2 of the teams of Oakland. Cannabis can help bring back stuff to Oakland. We can really make it a real life Oaksterdam. You know what I mean? No pun intended or, hype of my school, but you can really make Oakland or Oaksterdam and have it be a destination location for cannabis and bring back the vibe to Oakland. So just, if you want that vibe in your city, you got to push for it. But wherever they have legal cannabis, they have to have an equity program. Period.
Equity.
Period.
Equity.
We have to be included.
And that has to be a question that we ask all of the folk that are running for office, even if we don't ourselves partake, because I'm never going to partake, but I think equity is important.
Yes,
and
ma'am.
I think if people have had their lives negatively impacted by this, give me a crazy story when you're out there in them streets, Tucky. Tucky Blunt.
Oh, man. Crazy story. Getting snitched on. So that day that happened, me and the dude had a ritual. We used to go to the shooting range twice a week. And I used to...
what were you shooting?
I had a 45. And me and him, I used to buy from him. He was on my schedule to buy every 3 days. I would buy from him. So we had our 3 days I would buy from him, we meet, and the 2 other days we go to shooting. Normal day, everything was fine. Bam, he dropped me off. I'm supposed to be getting in one car, but realized I left my charger in the other car. Mind you, the gun register to the house I'm in front of, cars, all that, still to my granny house. My ID still says my granny house right now. So I go to the car to grab it. Police pull up. Hey, we just got a call. Your car got a gun and weed in it. I'm like, yeah, okay, whatever. They went to go bust out my window, and I'm like, no, it's cool. The gun right there. Pull it out. I'm like, it's registered to right there. They're like, man, tell me some information. I'll let you go. I said, no, take me down. Went to jail, bailed
You said
out.
no, take me down.
Yeah, take me to jail. I don't have
Why?
nothing to tell you. They wanted me to snitch to be let free. There's nothing
Tell
for me
me
to tell
some
you.
information and
Yeah,
we'll let you go.
We'll let you go. There's nothing to tell you, dog. Take me to jail. I'll bail out. And that's just what I did. That day, that Thursday, this was crazy about it. The day that I got arrested on a Thursday, I started working for Alameda County that following Monday. That guy knew that. So he was trying to F off my job and my freedom.
So you always kept a job while you were doing this?
I made more money at work than I made on the street. Most of my coworkers smoked.
Okay.
Like it was easy
I
money.
see you.
Yeah.
At Tesla too?
Yes.
Yeah, Elon Musk did. Didn't he light up online?
Yeah,
I
it
saw
was
him.
on Joe Rogan's
Yeah,
podcast.
yeah, he did do that. Man, I don't know about this. All right, somebody has a question for you. Tucky Blunt is in the building. Let's go to Brian in Orlando, Florida. Welcome.
Hey, Karen, how you doing? This is Brian in Orlando. I haven't talked to you in a while,
Okay.
but very good to be back on.
Well, you
Hey,
called.
listen,
Here's
yeah.
you made that decision to be on today.
I did.
Okay. Thank you.
I did. Well, listen, I'm a veteran, and I'm a disabled vet. My disability is blindness. I have glaucoma, but I'm not completely blind, but I'm completely and totally disabled through, the VA, through 100% service connection.
Sorry.
As far as cannabis is concerned in Florida, they're talking about making it legal here. And that's great. I hope that they do. I'm a current patient through the state for medicinal marijuana, but that would make things a lot easier for people to obtain. But as far as for people to really understand, I actually did a study for myself, a private study on myself, if you will, and I go to the VA for my treatment. And glaucoma attacks your optic nerve, and of course, you achieve blindness through pressure that's continual, right? So without going too deep down this rabbit hole, what happens is that the THC reduces the pressure. I didn't know to what degree until I did this. I was going to the VA, taking my drops, going to my glaucoma specialist, and getting my pressure measured. It was like 15, which is still a little high, but it's not bad. When I did the drops and I smoked, say, a little bit of marijuana, prescribed dosage through the state, it was 4 to 5, maybe even 6 points lower, which took me down below 10, which is amazing. And I did that 5 times, and I did without 5 times, and consistently it was in those numbers. So I know it works personally for me, and I know it's sometimes a genetic thing where your glaucoma can be a little different. Drug therapies might affect your body differently. But this is something that really worked and really happened, and it's a significant breakthrough for me. I hope somebody else can actually benefit from this.
You know what's crazy? I was watching this documentary about the VA veterans and how the opioid crisis has really impacted people who have come back from war, PTSD, etc. They won't let them use cannabis at all, and they got them on opioids, and they're addicted now, and it's ruining so many lives. And if cannabis, which, may be addictive but not destroying people the way opioids are, can help relieve the burden of somebody who's been in the military. And thank you, Brian, for sharing that story. And I'm sorry that you have glaucoma. But he's going to the VA to get drops when he's saying he's tested this and the cannabis works better or puts his numbers in a range that gives him comfort. I don't know why this government doesn't just allow at least the veterans to get it, even if you don't want to make it federally legal. It's
amazing, like the contradiction or the oxymoron that's in place that's going on, because they know this. Like it's not a secret. And shout out to Al Harrington Viola. He's leading the charge to try to do stuff on that too.
Al Harrington, yes, he's been on the show. Yes,
man,
yeah.
Good dude.
Yeah.
And he saw the benefits of it. He's not a lifetime smoker like me. You know what I mean? He just started, and for medicating for his purposes, basketball related. Yeah. And then he seen the outcome and was like, well, shoot, let me tell Granny. Changed her life. So he's trying to do what he can. He has the face to get it out there to more people. And that's what we need, even though they already know. But it's just like, it's crazy. Like they'll rather put you on something that's gonna kill you.
Yeah.
Than put you on something
Well,
that'll keep
because
you
the
here.
drug industry benefits.
Yeah.
You know, the pharmaceutical.
They
food-
hustlers.
Come
on, man.
I mean, this is why. I'm not a crusader for cannabis, but I see the inequity and I see the hypocrisy, and we can do something about this. 866-801-8255. It's crazy. It's crazy that we're even having this conversation. That a person like Brian can't get. Well, he can because he's got a medical marijuana card.
Right.
But there's so many Brians out there that can't get a medical marijuana card, and it's like, come on.
And we have veteran discounts. Not no plug or nothing, but we support. Like it's like I think we got a discount for just about everything.
Do you? Okay.
Yeah.
Blunts and More.
Yes.
MOORE. Where can people go to find you?
We at 701 66th Ave, Oakland, California, directly across the street from the Oakland Coliseum.
Oh.
If you're online, we are at
address.
Blunts and More Everything at all the sites. If you're on Instagram, we have
Not blunts and MOORE.com.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay,
Blunts with an S.
because you said everything. Because people would literally type in
I'm
Blunts
sorry,
and
y'all.
More and
We're
everything.
Excuse me. We're at all the social media outlets under Blunts and More. What else? We got 701-66. Our phone number is 510-FIRE-420. So pretty easy.
That's it. That is easy. And your website is dope.
Cool,
I like
thank
it.
you.
Okay.
Thank you.
You got all of the flour. He starts off with the flour right there in their little canisters. It looks so official.
Thank you.
All right. Let's go to Tim in Missouri. Welcome to the Karen Hunter Show. You're on with Tucky Blunt.
Hey, Tim.
Hey, how y'all doing? Hey,
Good.
quick question here. Now, do you all got beverages? Do you also have beverages at your store?
Yes.
Okay, and you see you had your number 501 Fire. What was that number again?
Say that one more time.
Your phone number.
The phone number
510
FIRE, like FIRE, and then 420.
Which is the national
Okay,
birthday
that's
for
about-
cannabis.
Yes.
Okay, now tell me this: do you all have any sessions coming up where you all network with other cities or states or people that might be interested? Well, I'm in a different city, of course, but I don't know, you got any networking or any seminars, anything coming up where we could, or if someone could pay to get a little bit more information from you as to how we could do some things in other places.
So
And one other thing, do you all have edibles? Do you have to have a dispensary license to sell edibles in Oakland?
Okay, so first part of the question, I'm currently working on coming to different states to talk to people and do Q&As, trying to link up with Weed Maps to get that going soon. So we are trying to put that in place. Not sure yet how long that'll be off, but the goal is to give as many people the knowledge as possible and to learn from others, because every state and every county is going to be different. So that is coming soon, not just for me, but I know other people that is working on it as well. Any information I get on that, I'll make sure I share with Karen, and if she can share with you guys,
Absolutely.
it'll be no problem. As far as the edible licensing to sell in Oakland, can you tell me what exactly that means or what exactly you're trying to find out? I just want to make sure I answer it correctly.
Well, like the brownies, the cupcakes, all the different things of that nature that you have to do. You have like that's strictly a edible store without having the dispensary license.
Oh, yeah. So for it to even be on the shelf, it has to go through a distro, which means the person who made the cake or cookie or whatever has it licensed. So we can't even touch it unless it's gone through the licensing process. It has to be licensed, tested before it even gets to our shop.
And where do you get it from different places?
We different.
Where's your
distros.
favorite distributor for your cookies?
She not in the store. Let me see.
Do y'all make anything on the premises? Okay, so Big Pete's is
Big
your favorite
Pete's
cookie place?
Right
All
now.
right.
Yeah, I like Big Pete's.
All right. And can a person in a state that's legal buy through you? So
me
so
directly?
say I'm in Vegas, where it's legal.
Mhm.
If I wanted to go to Blunts and More, and could you be my distributor?
No.
Okay.
No.
All right. Are you looking to be a distributor?
I'm looking at franchise.
Okay,
I don't want to be a
that.
distributor.
I see what you're doing.
Yeah.
All right. What's Blue Cookies? What is that?
Blue Cookies is a strain of weed. It's a name of a weed. It's a hybrid.
Okay. All right.
It's pretty cool if it's grown right.
If it's grown right.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Thank you, Tim. Let's go to Dawn in Los Angeles, where it is legal. Hello.
Yay.
Hey, Karen, I'm a third-time caller. It's 3 times for me and you.
Okay.
I'm calling because I'm involved in the equity program, cannabis equity program here in Los Angeles. I threw my hat in the ring, and it is corrupt.
Very
The
much
whole
so.
thing is a debacle. People are holding on to spots that they've been paying for, locations for years, and then when they have the round where you can actually possibly get a license, everything went wrong. Everything went wrong, and they don't even know how to fix it. It's just a mess.
That sucks. Are you high right now?
Am I?
Yes. Just asking.
Oh no,
Okay. All right, just
no.
checking.
I used to smoke when I was like 14. I used to get real high back then, but I'm 52 now, and I like to eat my gummies. And if I'm going to a jazz concert, I'll get a cookie and get mellow like that. But I don't smoke too much anymore. Every now and then I'll get something, but not too much.
All right. It's good to know. Look at, what you laughing at, Tucky?
It's just I love hearing it.
I won't even ask. I have questions for you that I cannot ask you on these airways because I have to protect your brand. Alonzo in North Carolina, welcome to the Karen Hunter Show. And by the way, there are 11 total states where cannabis is legal, and I think New Mexico, Minnesota, Illinois, and New York were supposed to come into the fold in 2020.
Mm-hmm.
It's on the ballot in Jersey in 2020.
I know. Smiths can't wait to vote. Okay. Hello there, Alonzo.
Hey, Karen, how you doing today?
Good.
Hello,
You're on with Alphonso.
Right. How you doing?
All right, how's it going there? Yeah. I was I went through a medical condition. I did some research myself. That was back in 2014. But I went to my doctor here in Charlotte. I researched, found out CBD was legal, and he didn't even know. And I told him about it. He gave me a prescription. I was nowhere I could find it. So, but after I had already did my research before though, and healed myself, and so I actually started helping people transition. So now I'm a CBD wholesaler, and that's one of the things I try to educate people on: how to use how to affect the CBD, how it works, what it does for the body, and I give it to them in a way. Because myself, coming from a medical condition, I had Crohn's. I was diagnosed with Crohn's in '95, and by 2010, I was 140 pounds, coming from 260. So I was skin and bones, and I was 6'6" at the time.
Damn.
So, I'm still 6'6", but anyway.
How's your Crohn's?
Oh no, I am completely
in full remission.
I'm in the best health of my life.
Wow.
I'm a health enthusiast.
Wow.
I help people transition. So I've already been through it. I teach a whole new lifestyle, running a farm, teaching kids actually, because I believe we have to cultivate the future versus a lot of people are in their ways. So, but the kids, I find it's easier to educate them in a way as far as through farming and education on health and wellness, because we got to get them now. We can't wait till they get sick and disease, and then we start working on people.
That's true.
It's all about preventive.
Okay. Well, listen, God bless. Thank you for that praise report, too. Crohn's disease is no joke. I know a few people that got taken out with it, so I'm glad that you are healed. Appreciate you, Alonzo. Let's head over to Pete in Houston. Texas is not a state that's fully legal. Correct. They need to be.
Yeah, we're not. Hello, Karen. This is Pete from Houston, Texas. Yeah, we're not legal on the full cannabis side. We can get CBD now. But the reason I was calling is because I heard you guys talk about opioids and cannabis. And I'm on pain pills. I've been on pain pills for 11 years due to a spinal injury. And I decided last year to try something different because I'm tired of getting treated like a dopehead on opioids. Pharmacies have the say-so if you get them or not and when you get them and if they're out or whatever. I mean, literally, I've just got through going to 2 different stores today to get it because they changed the paperwork on opioids. I don't know if on a state level or on a national level, but starting January 1st, they changed some stuff. So I had to hunt them down. But long story short, I tried first CBD and then cannabis last year, maybe about 3 or 4 months ago, and I had no problem. Everything was fine. As I got into more medical, grade cannabis, I started running into issues with withdrawal symptoms, and I didn't know if it was from the opioids or the cannabis, And I was told you can't do both.
Yeah, I think
I
that
don't-
that makes sense. Does it make
Right.
sense to you?
Yeah, I
Tucky?
wouldn't
Yeah.
recommend doing both.
Is it?
Well,
Is
because I was cutting down. I mean, I got my usage almost down to half, but I still had to have them because what it does to your body when you don't have them.
yeah, that
And then I started
opioids
running
are
into problems.
from the devil. God bless. So what's the solution, Pete? What are you looking to do?
Well, I got a new grandbaby, my first grandbaby, last year,
Congratulations.
so I got more to live for now. And I'm tired of getting treated. Like I said, I'm a businessman here in Houston. I, have a mortgage and everything else, and I just couldn't believe that I was being treated this way. Like, you should just. It's very difficult if you get a new prescription to go to a new pharmacy. They will treat you like a dopehead.
Wow, opioids are no joke. Is there a way to transition? And thank you for your call, brother. Stay in your fight, Pete. Please keep fighting. And congratulations on your new grandbaby. Tucky, is there a way to transition if you're like heavily on opioids, and how do you transition?
So I'm not a doctor. I wouldn't know.
Right.
But I
Okay.
do know with those type of opioids, you have to wean yourself off. So I don't know how that process works with the tree. I would
But you
think
cannot
I don't think you
cold
should do
turkey
both.
get off,
No.
and you can't do both.
Unless it's
Yeah.
like CBD, I wouldn't do both because
Yeah.
it's too much. You're dealing with it's they've made, like you said, making people drug addicts, and it's okay. Like, I don't get it, but
But I lived long enough to watch the stigma of marijuana go away.
mm-hmm.
In the 80s, it was like it was the pariah. It was horrible. People were deemed, weed head, potheads in the 70s, same thing. Now it's the norm.
Yeah,
It's
in
weird.
certain places.
Where isn't it? Because I'm looking at states like Maine and Massachusetts where it's completely legal. Oregon, Alaska, Vermont. Places that are very buttoned up,
Yeah,
completely legal,
Yeah.
fully legal.
and it's a trip that those places are the ones that's first.
Not New York, not New Jersey.
Right, with those particular sets of people.
Right. What are you saying, Tucky?
It's just it's funny how the game goes. It's like we're going to make it legal in these less colored places.
Less colored. Okay. I
So,
see what you
we'll-
Washington State. Yes. Let's go to the phones. Tucky's here.
I'm here.
Rick in Alabama. Welcome.
Well, thank you.
You're welcome.
Hey, and welcome to your guest. Hey, I'm a disabled vet, special forces, and I suffer from seizures as a result of my tours over there. And unfortunately, I'm here in Alabama, so I've been using the oil, I guess. But I want to know. I've heard that the cannabis helps with seizures, and I want to know if you guys know anything about that.
I do. So we have a wellness person that works at our store named Hammy. He deals with people with seizures or just different things that's going on in cannabis. People that have cancer, going through chemotherapy. We call him like our wellness specialist. And I do know for a fact that we have some stuff that's a tincture that helps with seizures, and you can put it under your tongue. It does wonders. You don't need a lot of it. It lasts. I think one bottle of it may last you over a month, depending on your intake. Intolerance, but it definitely helps with seizures. I've actually been in the store with clients that have come in and told us about how it helped them. I can't think of the brand right now, and I apologize for that, but I do know it's on our website, and it does work. It definitely does work.
Now, there are different strains for different ailments and things like that. Like, so if people come in, your person could help them
Yes.
navigate their pain or navigate their ailments.
Yes, we thrive on education for all our staff members.
And the number again is
510-FIRE-420.
420 being the birthday of weed.
Yeah.
And Hitler's birthday.
Oh,
All right. Thank you,
no.
Rick. And I hope you feel better. I hope you get some
Yes,
relief for that.
indeed.
The worst thing in the world is to fight for this country and then to have them abandon you. The worst thing in the world is to fight for this country and they're not supporting and helping you heal through things that were caused by war or sending you overseas to do
Yes.
to do some things. That is an evil thing. And we're in the throes of it right now, which is why I'm even saying it. Shame on our government for not doing better by our veterans.
I can't remember who I heard this from.
That's the weed.
But America is basically built on racism and effery.
Oh, okay. I see
like,
you're being facetious.
You know what I mean?
Right
It's
there.
like
Yeah,
it's that's what this country is built on. So it's like kind of like we know it's gonna happen, but it's not cool.
Not cool at all.
Not cool at all.
Hassan, thank you, Rick. Hassan in Maryland, you have a question?
Yes, ma'am.
Hey.
Yes, I do. I have two, matter of fact. First of all, Karen, I want to thank you for all you do every day. We appreciate you so much.
Welcome.
All the information you disseminate. Brother, I got two questions for you. You mentioned something about franchising.
Mm-hmm.
Talk about a dispensary, but I'm interested. How can I get information on starting a cannabis franchise?
Oh, shoot. Look at you. You ready?
How can you get information with starting a cannabis franchise? Follow me.
Tucky Blunt Tucky on the Twitters.
No, I just think it starts with, for me, it starts with having a history in the business you want to build a franchise in. Having a good, thorough history, having if possible to have your first location in the city that you grew up in, and build a community within that city, so it allows for when you go to other cities, they know that you're coming with that community base.
Do you have a background, Hassan?
Well, I have a background in business.
Okay,
So
but you're saying something more.
I'm sorry?
No, but he's saying something more, that you should have a background in cannabis, not just business.
No, I don't. But I think I can hire people that have a background in cannabis to work with me.
So you guys are looking to franchise, right? All right. Your second question is about the smell, because we only got a minute left. You said
That's correct. And then that's the thing of what turns me off with cannabis. I enjoy it. I enjoy what you can get from it. But that smell these days, is that something that's low quality, or is that?
I would have to know exactly what smell do you mean, because I mean,
the smell that came in here in this room.
I mean, but that was good. That was good, Dro.
That's for you.
Yeah, no, that was great.
Maybe some people don't like it, so for him it could be edibles.
Yes, I would say suggest a lot of people. That's the main thing with the smell, and if you're bothered by the smell,
you like the smell.
Take it,
eat it.
I mean, eat it, tincture it, patch it, rub it in a cream.
Rub it.
There's ways to get cannabis into your system besides inhaling it with fire.
All right,
I just prefer it that way.
Everybody wants to talk to you. We don't have any time. We're out of time.
I'll come back.
You can come back anytime. You came on your birthday. I'm so honored.
I'll come back.
I'm so honored. People can follow you again.
Yes, they can follow me at Tucky TUCKY BLUNT 80 on Instagram. The store is at Blunts and More on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter. I'm on Twitter at Blunt Tucky. Tucky Blunt was taken somehow.
I think that guy that snitched on you. All right, I'm going to end the show. Thank you again, Tucky. Happy birthday.
Thank you.